when I lost the game in 2001 World Series game, it was hard. It was difficult. Yes, I did everything within my power to win the game, and it didn't happen. So when I came home, I I was going approaching my room, and there was a trophy there for one of my kids. My older boy put a trophy there, saying that I got you, you know, and that to
Wow.
me is more than anything. You know, every time that I have a bad day at the stadium, I come home, they say that we with you. You know, that changed everything. You know, that motivate you to keep pushing forward to continue because you have a great team. And again, without that great team, I don't know if we would accomplish what we accomplished.